Okay, welcome back, everybody. Um, just want to talk really quick. This week will be my last week of training. Um, it's a little, I don't know, a little disappointing, a little bit sad. Uh, Almost annoyed with myself in a little, in some ways. But overall, it's gonna be a good thing. But this is it. This is my last week. So my last week of training with programming by myself. Pranked you. Look at your face. Got you all. No, so this is my last week of training, programming for myself. I ended up hiring a coach this last week. So going forward, my programming will not be done by myself. You have to tune in next week to see who my coach is. Bah, bah, bah. It's called a cliffhanger. That's how you get engagement. Anywho, enough of the yapping. Monday, heavy press day. This was the week I kind of switched up some of my training, working on getting my push jerk back. So I had 6 sets of doubles at 195 just to get the movement back again. And yeah, weight's not crazy, but definitely got some good volume, some good touches in at that weight. But a little bit more on why I got a coach now. I have been training myself and programming for myself for uh, better part of, I guess, 4 years now. And especially over the last few months coming into the season, I was really overthinking a lot of my training. Um, Week in and week out, thinking, okay, well, what movements can I do? What movements can I do to get better? What percentages should I be working at? How should I structure my sets? How should I structure my different blocks? And I just kind of got frustrated with myself because that's what I was spending 80% of my time thinking about was training. So finally committed to getting a coach, and yeah, I'm really excited to start putting some I don't want to say better work in, but just some different work. Uh, yeah, hopefully come into this season even stronger and with some more freed up mental space. um, Moved over to some hypers just to get some extra back work in on these lower or upper body days, and yeah, moved fine. Uh, Moved over to some kind of this is the way I do floor press rather than pressing off the ground. I find sometimes when I'm laying on the ground, even if I have a mat or a pad of some kind, I just get shoulder pain. Like I don't know how to describe it. My front delt kind of lights up with some like nerve pain almost. Um, so yeah, got some floor press in, focus on the triceps, and then got the chest supported rows here with the bar. Moved fine, and then superset these with some seated dumbbell just to get the full shoulder firing as well as the triceps. Um, yeah, not much more to say. Um, so I was supposed to be competing at the end of March in the weight pit competition, but that may damn mic died. As I was saying, I was supposed to be competing end of March there, but I may end up having to pull out of that. Um, I'm still playing hockey, and our last kind of round of playoffs falls on the same weekend. So if we do make it that far, I will probably, unfortunately, have to pull out of that show. This will be my last year playing organized hockey, so probably should go do that rather than do some stupid, silly strongman. But I'm not happy about it because I really wanted to do that competition. Has really fun events, but I guess we will see. If that does happen, I may sign up for another show in the middle of April. It's got some other fun events, some heavy yoke, heavy farmers, deadlift for reps, things like that. So might be what I do. But end of May, I'm still looking at as my uh, main show that'll be coming into fully prepped. Excuse me, fully prepped, fully ready to go. and looking to secure my provincials invite. Tuesday session, I had some front squats, just simple doubles again. I believe I did 5 sets total with 275 here. I moved these over from my Saturday sessions, Saturday sessions to this day. I just found that doing the back squats with chains was just kind of burning me out a bit too much for the week. So decided to do something that's going to keep the weight a bit lower and, have a bit more carryover. Finish that up with a bit of an AMRAP at the same weight. I got 275 here for a set of 6, which is, for me, is pretty decent. So, yeah, all good. A little bit more on the coaching part. I just started my first day of a 4-week block. And there is a lot of volume. A whole bunch of volume. So I'm really excited to hopefully pack on some more muscle, get a bit more touches on different implements. He's got me doing a whole bunch of different things, a bunch of deadlifts at different heights throughout the week, a couple different squat variations, and then he's also programming in some specific event days. So my Saturdays, rather than just being a random kind of move around strongman day, will be actual structured events. So that's going to be nice to keep me a bit more accountable, to make sure I'm getting the touches in on my farmers, my yokes, my throwing, things like that. So definitely excited to do that. RDLs, 2 sets of, I think it was 7 to 8 there, with 355, and then moved over to some kind of deadlift rows with what is that, 250-ish. And these killed me. I had to really work for this set, which is good. Sometimes you need sets like that that kind of just challenge your head a little bit, challenge your mental, and just force you to commit a little bit harder. Yeah, not too much else to say, if I'm being honest. This week went pretty decent. That's what I was going to talk about. So with my new program, I've got a bit more structured rest times. In the past here, I've kind of got a bit lackadaisical. That's a big word. I don't think I said it right. But a little bit more relaxed with how much time I was spending between sets, and it kind of just dragged my sessions out for, that 3.5 hour mark, which I really don't need to do. So pretty unnecessary. So the day this is getting posted on the Monday, for example, I believe I had my session almost right at 3 hours. So, yeah, kind of looking forward to that going forward. Jumped over to Friday. I didn't record any of my Thursday session again this week. I was just kind of, I don't know, it wasn't a good day, and it was kind of boring. So, deadlifts are exciting. 13-inch with stiff bar. This is 445. I think I had 6 sets of triples, and they all moved really, really well. I was super happy with this. I was trying to work on some different bracing things to, keep that tight, and overall I was fucking hyped actually with this session. Yeah, pretty hyped up. And then I tried out a different squat variation. I was seeing Martins Litzis doing these squats instead of his deadlifts, but I wanted to try them out to see how they would feel after deadlifts. So basically, I'm taking a deadlift stance, and I'm trying to mimic how I would deadlift, and just going to a high box. So it did feel pretty similar. Obviously, it's going to be a bit different with the SSB throwing the weight out farther in front. But, something that I tried, I didn't love, but definitely could be something I throw back into the rotation in the weeks to come. But similar to how I would do my good mornings to the pin, these put a whole bunch of pressure up in the upper back and definitely felt a bunch of pressure in my head. So had to really make sure I was staying tight. And then I believe on this rep you're seeing, I tightened up a lot and tried to slow it down a touch just to really find the position that I liked. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So it would be something interesting to throw in with like some heavy bands, something that's going to force you kind of into one position, force you to have to really control the weight, or you're just going to get thrown around. Back volume was these kind of Meadows rows, 2 sets of I think 10, and then I superset these with some split squats with the SSB. Nothing heavy. I actually really enjoyed these. Just crazy to say. In the past, if you're watching any of my old video or previous videos, I was doing more of a lunge stance where I had both feet on the ground and was just trying to get the pressure on the one leg. But these certainly felt much better as I was able to isolate my front leg a lot more and really get a lot more good volume on the leg I was trying to work. So, and lucky me, these are in my new program, so I do get the opportunity to push these even more. And, oh man, I'm just so excited. Saturday session moved over. I was training pretty late this day. I was going to train earlier in the afternoon, but I actually had hockey about 2 hours earlier than I thought, so had to cut it and then move it to after hockey. So doing a bit of a superset. I have a band around my waist, and then I've got this power pin that I got, kind of mimicking some kettlebell swings, and then I jumped right over to SSB searcher squats versus chains. You can see this week I'm really trying to emphasize the extension at the top rather than just rocking my hips forward and making it look like I'm doing extension. So yeah, really excited. I'm just so fucking pumped to get this new program going. Looking ahead, it's got a lot of really good work, a lot of volume. So definitely going to be sore, definitely going to be tired, but going to come in a lot better. I finished up my Saturday. I had some bag marches, some Viking press, and then some grip work. So that is all. You'll see a switch up in training in the coming weeks. I hope you're excited because I sure as fuck am. So let's get after it. I'll see you next week.